Farmers' agitation. Since olden times, farmers were called the backbone of the nation. But the facilities to keep this backbone strong were not provided. Even today, farmers find it impossible to survive without government support. Industrialists decide the price of their produce, whereas the farmers have not reached a stage where they can decide the price of their produce. They are always at the mercy or wrath of the rain god. When the governments who have to support them do not oblige, they resort to agitations. Many farmers have become martyrs, losing their lives in these agitations. Although farmers have been struggling and fighting for their rights, a decent life for them has remained a dream. The main farmers' agitations were against the landlords. The first post independence farmers' agitation took place at Kodagu and in Shivamogga in the year 1951. The farmers started their protest against the size of the measure used for the measurement of their produce. Gradually, the farmers started agitating against matters of exploitation like loan recovery, exploitation of the tillers, and other major problems. Shantaveri Gopalagowda of Samajwadi Party was the leader of this agitation. Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, who came to Karnataka, supported this movement. In the year 1950s, Samajwadi farmers started an agitation in North Kannada district. In the year 1972, a land acquisition movement was carried out in Kolar. In the year 1980, the farmers of the Malaprabha basin carried out a protest when their cotton crop failed. Some farmers were killed in the police firing. The farmers continued their non-cooperation movement against the government. In this incident, more than 20 farmers of Navalgund, Naragund, and Savadatti lost their lives. In the light of all these occurrences, farmers started establishing their own organizations. The Karnataka State Farmers Association started in Shivamogga district and it took up the local farmers' issues. It opposed the entry of foreign companies as it was aware that it would have long-term negative effects on the people of India. Karnataka Province Farmers Association, Kisan Sabha, Dalit Sangharsh Samiti, Farmers and Laborers Association and other organizations lent their voice to the farmers' problems. Dalit movement. The non-Brahmin movements that started in the 20th century did not include the Dalits. Protesting against this, the Dalit movement started in the 1970s and grew into a decisive force. In the year 1970, B. Shyam Sundar established Bhimasena organization in the Hyderabad, Karnataka area. The Basavalingappa fodder incident gave a new turn to the Dalit movement in 1970. Later in 1976, an association of Dalit writers and artists was formed in Bhadravati. The first steps of the Karnataka Dalit movement can be traced to this association. Subsequently, they founded Karnataka Dalit Sangharsh Samiti was under the aegis of the association. Professor B. Krishnappa became the state convener of the Samiti. In this manner, DSS acquired an organizational structure. Gradually, the Dalit Sanghar Samiti expanded its scope. Its branches, including associations of employees, women, municipality workers, students, writers, and artists, were started. The Dalits, who traditionally had no land at all, began demanding land. Securing entry into centers of authority through academic growth was another objective of the Dalit movement. However, as time passed, cracks began to appear in the Dalit Sanghar Samiti. New organizations sprung up under different names. Writers Devanuru Mahadeva and Dr. Siddhalingaya revealed the life of the Dalits to the outside world through their works. Other Dalit writers have acquired the capability of playing a decisive role in the happenings of the Dalit community. Save Kannada movement or Protect Kannada movement. The Karnataka integration movement aroused confidence and a feeling of unity among the Kannadigas. Kannada writers developed the language through their literary creations. In this matter, the contribution of Kannada cultural and pro-Kannada organizations is great. After the 1960s, when speakers of other languages grew more in number in Bangalore, A.N. Krishna Rao, Chidananda Murthy, M.N. Ramamurthy, Vatal Nagraj, and many others, including organizations like Karnataka Yuvajana Sabha, Kannada Jagruta Parishad, and Kannada Shakti Kendra, succeeded in securing supremacy for Kannada, Kannadiga, and Karnataka. In addition to these organizations, many other associations are active in preserving the Kannada soil, water, and language. Gokak movement. In one sense, the 1980s was a period of agitations for the existence of the Kannada language. In 1982, a decisive historical fight began demanding the implementation of the Gokak report. The whole of the Kannada community came together to carry out this agitation. The linguistic minorities in Karnataka were adamant that they would not learn Kannada but get educated in their mother tongue itself. When the erstwhile Chief Minister R. Gundu Rao had visited Udupi, the pontiff of the Mutt demanded that he gave importance to Sanskrit. As a result, the question of which language should be the medium of instruction was shelved for some time, and a committee was formed to decide the place of different languages in education. This committee recommended that priority should be given to Kannada and that it should be made compulsory in education. This committee allotted 325 marks for the three language formula. It also recommended that in the three language formula, Kannada should be the first language with 125 marks. The Gokak report was not accepted by the government of that time. An intense agitation under the leadership of Kannada senior artist Dr. Rajkumar took place throughout the state. Senior literateurs like Kuvempu, Patil Puttappa, and others extended their literature's support to this agitation.